really have been hard on the 49ers for mismanaging the Deebo thing. Because frankly, it looks like they said they want Deebo long term, and Deebo's like, I'm rejecting you. And I'm not saying why, but I don't want to be here. Is it possible that the 49ers are a little hesitant to make a long-term commitment to Deebo? And is it possible that a long-term investment in Deebo is a bad investment? He's 26. He's gotten hurt every season. He plays through injuries a lot. He seems to have a little bit of an issue keeping his weight down, and he does pull muscles and have soft tissue injuries. On the other hand, he's only 26. What do you think? Good or bad long-term investment, Deebo Samuel?
Yeah, I think so I'm not cheating here. I'd probably lean a little more towards bad side, because at first with the 49ers, I thought it's only because, he had one really phenomenal year, and that wasn't until he became a running back. Thus, your real value is as a running back. Now, sure, it's his versatility that's pretty sweet. That's what makes him the whole package, which is why if he doesn't want to be a running back, it's kind of like, all right, you're not really like the most valuable. But the point is, like, the fact that he is a running back shows that he's not meant to be for the future. Running backs get hurt. They keep falling off trees like that. So that's why I thought, for the 49ers sake, like, I wouldn't really find it, feasible that they would give him, that's around $70 million guarantee range. Like, I wouldn't blame them, because I get it. You have the rookie contract, why not splurge on your own? Even if you got to overpay, it's fine. But it's like, essentially, he really only had 1 year. I understand 2019 looked promising. He had some baller moments, but to me, I don't think he was such an elite player like 2019, like how I'm hearing like some people are trying to tout him out to be. Like, it was a great, promising year to project, but even in 2020,
it wasn't 2021. Let me ask you a direct question. Do you think Deebo Samuel will ever recreate his 2021 level of performance ever again? Will he ever attain that level of excellence ever again?
Oh, man, I would say no, because at some point you're going to get hurt, right? And that's essentially why he doesn't want to be in that usage, assuming that is a main reason, or if not one of the reasons.
He was 25,
to me, the way I would project him,
and he was in a contract push. He was in an extension push. Yeah. So I think what you could wonder is, the year before he had trouble keeping his weight down. The Niners challenged him to get his weight back down. If he gets paid, is that going to be an issue for him? Or is he going to always be the guy he was last year, where he was in flawless condition and he was super driven? He played through every injury. Why? Was it to get the bag, or was it because that's just how he plays now? I mean, I don't know. I just want to say I would have paid Deebo, and I probably would have done it in a way where he would have got all his guaranteed money up front in the first 2 years, and like kind of hedge my bet that way. Be like, I want you at 26 and 27. At 28 on, we'll see. But I'll give you 60, 70 million guaranteed, because it's Jed's money. It's Denise's money. I don't care. But I don't know about I wanted the Niners to sign Kittle too, and really his last 2 years have been far from phenomenal. So I don't know. And if the Niners privately feel that he's a bad long-term investment, I don't know. I guess who am I to say they're wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, to me, personally, if it was 2020 where he really was healthy, even if he did miss some games, if he showed more like a significant impact, maybe if he missed only 3 or 4 games instead of just missing like half the season or more, I really just think the 49ers would have really been more compelled to make that initial offer that Deebo feels a little disrespected about a little more palatable to his taste. Because to me, it's just the resume. He's seeing his peers like Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, and so on and so forth getting cashed out. But the reality is, like, those contracts that he wants, that he's seeking, those guys are already 3 to 5 years down the line of being proven players, where you just coming off one of your best years where your impact again was running back.
What's interesting to me is that, like, the Jets are the number 1 team interested in Deebo Samuel. That's not necessarily because they're looking at him long term. Robert Saleh's job, he's on the hot seat. Joe Douglas on the hot seat. They're essentially like, let's get Deebo in here, give him 200 touches next year, and have him save our jobs. The way he just saved John Lynch's job, right? The Niners were 3-5. They could have missed the playoffs for the 4th time in 5 years. Things could have got weird. Deebo Samuel saved everyone's job. Hey, maybe he can do that for us. And if we only get 1 year, at least we get to stay employed for you know what I'm saying? So to me, the Jets aren't even looking at him long term. They might have to pay the money, but this is like a please keep us all employed. So I don't know. For maybe Kyle has essentially a lifetime contract with the 49ers. He has ultimate job security. Maybe he's like, I got the best of Deebo already. Unfortunately, I hate to say it. I got the best of Deebo already. And if this is how he's going to act, then I also like Jameson Williams, you know?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I think
he did get the best of Deebo because it feels like he's not going to have to be able to do that running back on that running back.
Especially if Deebo came to that dinner and he was like, look, it's over. The whole running back. I did it for you once. It's over. I did it for you once because Mostert was hurt and you didn't have the trade deadline had passed. Figure it out. I'm not doing that anymore because you clearly aren't going to reward me for it. You're only going to hold it. This guy Parag over here that I just met is going to hold it against me. So yeah, I mean, if he gave that condition, then Kyle could be like, well, damn, dude. I mean, I don't know. Interesting to see if he has a good career or how much longer he'll be elite for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the point, and especially since he just wants to be a wide receiver. But you know what? I'll say that when over a month ago when I wrote that "Could Deebo Samuel be traded" article, I will say the Jets fans picked that up and ran with it. They are praying for Deebo. So the fact that Saleh wants him on the team, that whole organization, that'd be a huge new bright light for them.
If you needed someone to save your job, one player, Deebo be high on that list. High. There's no one else in the NFL you can be like 3rd and 20 with your season on the line and be like, well, just give it to Deebo, see what happens. And it'll work. So Caesar says this is the San Francisco Niners, one of the premier franchises in the NFL, and now you want a penny pinch after raising season ticket prices. Shake my head.
They did raise the season ticket prices. And they announced that when they were like 2-5 or something.
Dude, they raised season ticket prices and they dialed back spending this year. What? So Jed and Denise basically said, look, we spent a lot of money for this team. We don't want to spend it this year. Well, wonderful. That's great. So basically, you're kind of punting the second consecutive year of Trey Lance's rookie deal. That's really that is the new trend. Get a young quarterback, but don't play him and just waste his entire rookie deal. That's genius. Drunk Leprechaun, it's early to be drunk, says the Niners trade Deebo for the 10th pick to the Jets. Do you really think they'll trade back? Lynch during his press kept saying how deep the draft is. Here's the problem with that. Tell me if this logic holds up. To trade back, teams have to want to trade up. Everyone wants to trade back this year. So it might be hard to trade back unless some team wants to trade up. And who are you trading up for? A quarterback? No. I don't know. So I don't know about trading down.
That's a huge reason why doing any trade is kind of rough. There's no top prominent quarterback prospects that you really want.
That's why the Jets are trying to trade for Deebo because he's not in this class. He's not in this draft. Garrett Wilson isn't Deebo. He's not Jamar Chase. He's a very good prospect, but the Jets would rather mortgage their future for a 26-year-old guy with soft tissue injuries and weight issues. Not weight issues, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the right move for them. Definitely the right move for them because they could draft Garrett Wilson and he could be like a couple years away and they could all get fired. NorCal Troca says, Grant, if Deebo had never become a running back, would anyone even put him in the top 5 wide receiver? He had 1,000 yards in 8 games, man. It's that the Niners were losing because they can't win passing the ball. Their quarterback isn't good enough. Their offensive line isn't good enough. To me, it's more of it's a Niner thing than a Deebo thing. It's not like Deebo was like inefficient in his 1,000 yards in half a season. I don't think that was the case.